Welcome back, movie lovers. 2025 has been an incredible year for cinema. From long-awaited sequels and bold reboots to breathtaking original stories that broke box office records worldwide. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 highest-grossing movies of 2025, exploring not only their massive success, but also the reasons they captured millions of hearts across the globe. Each film on this list brought something unforgettable, from emotional storytelling to jaw-dropping visual spectacle. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the biggest cinematic hits of the year. Backhand index pointing right. If you enjoy movie content like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest uploads. 1. A Minecraft movie, a thrilling adventure that brings the blocky world of Minecraft to life. After years of anticipation, A Minecraft Movie, 2025, finally transforms the world's most beloved sandbox video game into a big-screen adventure. Directed by Jared Hess, Napoleon Dynamite, and produced by Warner Brothers in partnership with Mojang Studios, the film captures the imagination, humor, and endless creativity that have made Minecraft a global phenomenon for over a decade. Set in the familiar yet reimagined overworld, the story follows Steve, played by Jack Black, a humble builder who enjoys crafting and farming more than battling monsters. But when the powerful Ender Dragon threatens to destroy the peaceful world, Steve must rise to the challenge. With help from a fearless warrior, a clever redstone engineer, and a daring explorer, he embarks on an epic journey to save their land from total destruction. The film succeeds in turning Minecraft's open-ended gameplay into a meaningful narrative. It's not just about fighting or survival, it's about courage, friendship, and the power of imagination. The characters reflect what players love about the game: creativity, teamwork, and the joy of building something together. Fans will appreciate clever nods to in-game mechanics like crafting tools, mining for diamonds, fighting zombies, and the occasional hilarious building mishap. Visually, A Minecraft Movie is stunning. It blends live action and CGI to preserve the blocky, pixel-inspired look while adding cinematic depth and color. From lush forests to glowing nether landscapes, every scene feels alive and faithful to the game's universe. The sound design and musical score mix nostalgia with grand adventure tones, creating a world that's both familiar and new. Jack Black shines as Steve, bringing humor and heart to his role. His comedic timing adds warmth to the story, especially in his interactions with quirky companions and even the villagers. Beneath the humor lies a deeper message. No matter how simple or small you are, you can build something extraordinary when you believe in yourself and your friends. In the end, A Minecraft Movie is more than just a game adaptation. It's a celebration of creativity and community. It captures what makes Minecraft timeless: imagination, collaboration, and the joy of creation. Whether you're a devoted fan or simply love epic adventures, this movie offers a fun, heartwarming experience that proves the world of blocks can hold endless emotional depth. 2. Lilo and Stitch, 2025, a heartfelt live-action retelling of a beloved Disney classic. Disney's Lilo and Stitch, 2025, brings the cherished 2002 animated classic back to life in a vibrant live-action adaptation that blends heart, humor, and Hawaiian spirit. Directed by Dean Fleischer Camp, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, the film reimagines the touching friendship between a lonely girl and a mischievous alien experiment, while celebrating the themes of family, love, and belonging that made the original story timeless. Set on the lush Hawaiian island of Kauai, the story follows Lilo Pelekai, a spirited yet misunderstood young girl struggling to fit in after the loss of her parents. Living with her older sister Nani, she feels isolated, until one day she adopts what she thinks is a strange dog from the local animal shelter. That dog, of course, turns out to be Experiment 626, better known as Stitch, a chaotic but lovable alien engineered for destruction. What begins as pure chaos soon blossoms into an unlikely friendship that teaches both Lilo and Stitch the true meaning of Ohana, family, and that family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. The 2025 version stays true to the heart of the original, while introducing a fresh visual and emotional depth. The blend of live action and CGI is seamless. Stitch is fully computer-generated but retains his iconic design, big ears, bright eyes, and a mischievous grin. His movements and expressions capture both the humor and tenderness that fans adore. The tropical scenery, paired with the warm tones of Hawaiian sunsets and ocean waves, adds to the film's immersive beauty. Zach Galifianakis voices Stitch with perfect comedic energy, while newcomer Maya Kealoha shines as Lilo, delivering a heartfelt and authentic performance. Their chemistry is the emotional core of the film, full of laughter, chaos, and genuine affection. The movie also deepens Nanny's struggle to care for her sister while trying to keep their family together, adding emotional weight that resonates with older audiences as well. Musically, the film honors its roots by including updated versions of the classic Hawaiian and Elvis-inspired soundtrack, blending nostalgia with modern production. Fans will instantly recognize songs like Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride and Burning Love, which bring energy and joy to key moments. Ultimately, Lilo and Stitch 2025 isn't just a remake, it's a heartfelt tribute to the power of family, forgiveness, and love that crosses worlds. With stunning visuals, charming performances, and a perfect balance of comedy and emotion, this film reminds audiences why Lilo and Stitch remains one of Disney's most beloved stories. It captures both the chaos and the beauty of family, proving once again that even the strangest friendships can change your world forever. 3. Superman 2025, a bold new beginning for the Man of Steel. Superman 2025 marks the highly anticipated rebirth of DC's most iconic hero, ushering in a new era for the character under the direction of James Gunn. As the first film in the newly launched DC Universe (DCU), this version redefines the legendary story of Clark Kent, blending the spirit of hope, courage, and humanity that has always defined Superman with a modern cinematic vision that feels both fresh and faithful to his legacy. Titled simply Superman, the film introduces David Corenswet as the new Man of Steel, with Rachel Brosnahan as the fearless journalist Lois Lane. Set in a world still learning how to coexist with superheroes, the story follows a young Clark Kent balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his life as a human in Metropolis. Working at the Daily Planet, he quietly fights for truth and justice while struggling with his dual identity, a man from two worlds trying to find where he truly belongs. Unlike darker previous interpretations, Superman 2025 returns to the core of what makes the character inspiring: optimism and compassion. James Gunn's storytelling captures the heart of Superman as a symbol of hope in an uncertain world. The tone is uplifting yet grounded, showing not only his superhuman power, but also his kindness, empathy, and moral strength. This Superman doesn't just save lives, he inspires them. Visually, the film combines classic comic book aesthetics with breathtaking cinematography. The costume, inspired by the vintage designs of the Silver Age comics, pays homage to Superman's roots while adding a sleek, modern twist. The flying sequences and action scenes, including epic battles against intergalactic threats, are rendered with stunning realism, yet never overshadow the emotional core of the story. The supporting cast adds depth and humanity. Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane is sharp, brave, and deeply human, the emotional anchor to Clark's world. The film also introduces new interpretations of classic characters from the Superman mythos, expanding the DC universe in subtle but exciting ways. What sets Superman 2025 apart is its sincerity. James Gunn's script doesn't shy away from emotion. Instead, it embraces Superman's role as a beacon of light in a cynical age. It reminds audiences why the character has endured for nearly a century, not because of his powers, but because of his humanity. Ultimately, Superman 2025 is more than just another superhero movie. It's a symbol of renewal. It restores the essence of the Man of Steel for a new generation, delivering a heartfelt, visually stunning, and emotionally rich story about hope, identity, and the belief that goodness can still change the world. 4. Jurassic World, Rebirth, 2025. A new age of dinosaurs begins. Jurassic World, Rebirth, 2025, breathes new life into the legendary dinosaur franchise, launching a fresh era of prehistoric adventure and human survival. Directed by Gareth Edwards, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, the film reboots the Jurassic saga with a darker tone, breathtaking visuals, and a thought-provoking story about humanity's fragile coexistence with nature's most powerful creations. Rather than being a simple continuation, Rebirth reimagines the series from the ground up, exploring what happens when science's greatest achievement becomes its ultimate downfall. The story begins years after the catastrophic collapse of the original Jurassic World. Dinosaurs now roam freely across continents, reshaping ecosystems and pushing humanity to the brink of ecological crisis. Governments struggle to contain them, corporations compete to exploit them, and survival becomes the new order of the day. Amid the chaos, a small team of scientists and adventurers, led by Dr. Amelia Grant, Scarlett Johansson, and wildlife expert Daniel Cross, Jonathan Bailey, embarks on a desperate mission to stop a new genetic experiment gone wrong. A hybrid predator designed to control the dinosaurs, but powerful enough to destroy both species. Jurassic World, Rebirth combines the awe and terror of the original Jurassic Park with the scope of a modern sci-fi epic. The film's cinematography is stunning, from misty jungle landscapes to desolate urban ruins overrun by prehistoric life. Every dinosaur encounter feels both majestic and terrifying, reminding viewers that nature, once unleashed, cannot be controlled. Edwards' direction emphasizes scale and realism, using practical effects enhanced by cutting-edge CGI to make the creatures feel tangibly alive. Thematically, the film returns to the philosophical heart of Michael Crichton's original vision, humanity's hubris in playing God. The scientist's moral struggle reflects today's anxieties about genetic engineering, AI, and environmental collapse. At its core, Rebirth is not just about dinosaurs. It's about survival, redemption, and respect for the natural order. Performances are a major strength. Scarlett Johansson brings gravitas and emotional depth to Dr. Grant, a character haunted by her role in the original experiments. Jonathan Bailey's Daniel provides the moral compass, representing humanity's last hope for coexistence. Together, they form an unlikely partnership in a world where trust is as endangered as the species around them. The score by Michael Giacchino blends familiar Jurassic themes with haunting new motifs, amplifying both wonder and dread. The result is a cinematic experience that feels nostalgic yet daringly new. Ultimately, Jurassic World, Rebirth reignites the sense of wonder that made audiences fall in love with the franchise decades ago. It's a story of chaos and creation, loss and renewal, and a chilling reminder that Nat. 5. Sinners 2025, a haunting blend of blues, blood, and redemption. Sinners 2025 is a dark and daring supernatural drama directed by Ryan Coogler, blending gothic horror with the soul of Southern blues. Set in the Mississippi Delta during the 1930s, the film explores sin, faith, and survival in a world where music, magic, and monsters collide. With Michael B. Jordan in a stunning dual role as twin brothers Elijah, Smoke, and Elias, Stack, Sinners is both a vampire tale and a powerful allegory about human struggle and redemption. The story begins when Smoke and Stack return home after years working for gangsters in Chicago. Hoping to start fresh, they buy an abandoned sawmill to turn it into a juke joint, a lively place for the local black community to gather, dance, and celebrate life. They dream of freedom through music, but their ambitions are built on stolen money and buried secrets. As the joint opens with electrifying blues performances, something ancient awakens beneath the Delta soil, a darkness drawn to the sound of human desire and pain. When a mysterious stranger named Remick arrives with his seductive followers, the line between temptation and damnation blurs. Vampires walk among the dancers, feeding on their blood and dreams. Smoke and his companions, including Annie, a hoodoo healer and Smoke's wife, and their cousin Sammy, a young guitarist chasing stardom, must fight to protect their people from the spreading evil. As violence and fear consume the town, the brothers are forced to face not only monsters, but the sins of their own making. Visually, Sinners is mesmerizing. Coogler crafts a world drenched in smoky light, jazz-soaked nights, and crimson shadows. The music becomes the film's heartbeat, blues riffs, gospel hymns, and haunting chants weave through every scene, turning sound into both salvation and curse. The cinematography captures the raw emotion of the Deep South, mixing history, horror, and mysticism into one unforgettable atmosphere. Michael B. Jordan delivers a powerhouse performance as both brothers, one hardened by guilt, the other still clinging to hope. Their conflict mirrors the film's central theme, the struggle between sin and redemption. The supporting cast, including Wunmi Mosaku as Annie and Haley Steinfeld as Mary, adds emotional depth and humanity amid the chaos. At its core, Sinners is more than a vampire film. It's a story about the human soul. It questions how far people will go to survive, what they'll sacrifice for freedom, and whether redemption can truly wash away the stains of the past. Haunting, soulful, and visually stunning, Sinners, 2025, is one of the most original and emotionally charged films of the year, a gothic masterpiece where blues and blood flow in perfect harmony. 6. The Fantastic Four, First Steps, 2025, the birth of Marvel's first family in a bold new era. The Fantastic Four, First Steps, 2025, marks the long-awaited arrival of Marvel's original superhero team into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Directed by Matt Shakman, WandaVision, this film reintroduces Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm with a refreshing blend of science, adventure, and heartfelt humanity. Rather than retelling the familiar origin story, First Steps explores what it truly means to be a family of heroes in a universe still reeling from cosmic change. The film begins in the early 1960s, but with a timeless, retro-futuristic aesthetic that blends nostalgia with innovation. Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal, is a visionary scientist obsessed with discovering new dimensions, aided by his fiancée, Sue Storm, Vanessa Kirby, a brilliant biochemist. Her younger brother Johnny, Joseph Quinn, a reckless pilot, and their loyal friend Ben Grimm, Eben Moss Backrack, join Reed's experimental space mission to explore the mysterious negative zone. When cosmic radiation strikes their ship, the four are forever changed, gaining extraordinary abilities that challenge their sense of identity and morality. Upon returning to Earth, the team faces both awe and fear from the public. Reed becomes Mr. Fantastic, with the power to stretch his body beyond imagination. Sue evolves into the Invisible Woman, able to bend light and create powerful force fields. Johnny transforms into the fiery Human Torch, and Ben becomes the Thing, a rock-like powerhouse with a heart as big as his fists. As they adapt to their new reality, they must also confront Victor Von Doom, Reed's former friend turned ruthless rival, whose own exposure to cosmic energy gives rise to one of Marvel's most iconic villains. Visually, First Steps is breathtaking. The production design fuses 1960s style with cosmic wonder, from sleek laboratories and glowing portals to breathtaking depictions of the negative zone. The cinematography and effects feel handcrafted yet epic, emphasizing character emotion over spectacle. Every visual detail, from the shimmer of Sue's invisibility to the texture of Ben's stone skin, feels alive and authentic. At its heart, the film is about unity, sacrifice, and family. The Fantastic Four's journey isn't just about saving the world. It's about learning to trust each other, forgive failures, and embrace imperfection. Reed's ambition and guilt, Sue's compassion and leadership, Johnny's courage, and Ben's humanity, together they embody the essence of hope. The score by Michael Giacchino combines heroic brass themes with soft, emotional motifs, perfectly capturing the balance between science fiction and human warmth. The Fantastic Four: First Steps isn't just a reboot, it's a rebirth. It redefines Marvel's first family for a new generation, grounding their story in love, wonder, and discovery. The film reminds audiences that before they're we. 7. How to Train Your Dragon 2025, a breathtaking live-action reimagining of a beloved classic. How to Train Your Dragon 2025 brings DreamWorks' beloved animated saga into live action for the first time, retelling the timeless story of friendship, courage, and acceptance that captivated audiences worldwide. Directed by Dean DeBlois, the visionary behind the original trilogy, this version honors the heart of the 2010 classic while introducing stunning visuals, emotional depth, and a fresh realism that makes the world of Vikings and dragons feel more alive than ever. Set on the rugged, storm-battered island of Berk, the story follows Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III, Mason Thames, a clever but misunderstood Viking who doesn't fit his tribe's tradition of dragon hunting. His father, Stoic the Vast, Gerard Butler, reprising his role, leads the village with pride, believing dragons are enemies. But Hiccup dreams of understanding them instead of killing them. Everything changes when Hiccup injures a rare night fury during a hunt, only to realize he cannot kill it. Instead, he frees the dragon and names him Toothless. What begins as a cautious friendship grows into a bond that challenges the beliefs of his people and forces Hiccup to choose between loyalty to his tribe and compassion for a creature once feared. Together, they embark on a journey that will change both Vikings and dragons forever. The adaptation maintains the emotional soul of the original while expanding its visual scope. The dragons are rendered with breathtaking realism through cutting-edge CGI, yet Toothless retains his charm and expressive personality. Every wing beat, every glance, feels full of life. The landscapes, from volcanic cliffs to misty fjords, immerse viewers in a world that feels both mythic and real. Mason Thames delivers a heartfelt performance as Hiccup, perfectly capturing his mix of awkwardness, intelligence, and quiet bravery. Nico Parker shines as Astrid, the fierce warrior who begins as his rival but grows to admire his courage. Their chemistry grounds the fantasy in genuine emotion. Dean DeBlois' direction balances spectacle with intimacy. The flight scenes are breathtaking, filled with wonder and exhilaration. Yet the film's greatest strength lies in its message. Empathy and understanding can bridge even the widest divides. How to Train Your Dragon 2025 is more than a remake, it's a celebration of friendship, freedom, and courage. With heartfelt performances, stunning visuals, and a powerful message, it rekindles the magic of the original and soars even higher. 8. Captain America: Brave New World 2025, a new era of leadership and moral challenge. Captain America: Brave New World 2025 marks the beginning of a bold new chapter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where the shield, once carried by Steve Rogers, now rests in the hands of Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie. This film redefines what it means to be Captain America in a fractured, uncertain world, blending political intrigue, emotional drama, and explosive action in true Marvel style. Directed by Julius Onah, the story explores Sam Wilson's struggle to live up to the legacy of the original Captain while forging his own path. After the events of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Sam has fully embraced the mantle of Captain America, but the world he fights for is more divided than ever. Governments are unstable, global trust is fading, and new threats are rising from the shadows, both human and superhuman. The film's central tension lies in Sam's identity as a leader without super soldier serum, a man who must rely on conviction rather than enhanced strength. His humanity becomes his greatest power. When a mysterious political figure known as Thaddeus, Thunderbolt, Ross, Harrison Ford, ascends to the U.S. presidency, Sam finds himself caught between duty and conscience. Ross seeks to rebuild America's power through military dominance, pushing the world toward a dangerous new frontier. As global tensions escalate, Sam must confront old enemies and new conspiracies that blur the line between heroism and control. The return of the Serpent Society and a secret military project known as Red Phase threaten to unleash chaos across the world. With allies like Joaquin Torres, Danny Ramirez as the new Falcon, and Sharon Carter, Emily Van Camp, Sam faces his toughest mission yet, not just to save the world, but to protect its ideals. Visually, Brave New World combines grounded realism with Marvel's signature spectacle. The action scenes, especially the aerial sequences, are intense yet deeply personal, showcasing Sam's agility and strategic brilliance. The film's tone leans darker than previous installments, exploring political corruption, media manipulation, and the cost of leadership. Anthony Mackie delivers his most powerful performance yet, portraying Sam not as a replacement for Steve Rogers, but as a new kind of Captain America, one driven by empathy, responsibility, and moral clarity. Harrison Ford's portrayal of Ross adds gravitas and unpredictability, making their ideological clash one of the film's most compelling aspects. Ultimately, Captain America: Brave New World is not just another superhero movie, it's a reflection of our times. It challenges viewers to ask what true strength means, and whether one person can inspire unity in a world driven by fear and division. Sam Wilson's Captain America proves that heroism is not in the serum, but in the heart. 9. Mission: Impossible, The Final Reckoning 2025, the end of an era for Ethan Hunt. Mission: Impossible, The Final Reckoning 2025, stands as the thrilling and emotional conclusion to one of cinema's most iconic action franchises. Directed by Christopher McQuarrie and starring Tom Cruise as the unstoppable Ethan Hunt, this film promises not just breathtaking stunts, but also a deeply personal story about sacrifice, loyalty, and destiny. After nearly 3 decades of saving the world, Ethan faces his most dangerous mission yet, one that forces him to confront the cost of everything he's ever fought for. The story picks up immediately after the events of Dead Reckoning Part 1. The world is on the brink of chaos, with global powers destabilized by the rise of advanced artificial intelligence known as the Entity. Ethan Hunt and his IMF team, Benji, Simon Pegg, Luther, Ving Rhames, and Grace, Haley Atwell, are on the run, hunted by both governments and mercenaries who view them as enemies of the state. Their mission: to destroy the Entity before it takes full control of the world's digital infrastructure. However, the final reckoning is not just about high-stakes espionage. It's about reckoning with the ghosts of Ethan's past. Old allies return, new betrayals emerge, and Ethan's personal code of loyalty is tested like never before. As the line between right and wrong blurs, he realizes that completing this mission might mean sacrificing himself and the people he loves most. In true Mission: Impossible fashion, the film delivers jaw-dropping practical stunts. From a motorcycle free fall through the Swiss Alps to a fight atop a moving bullet train, Every sequence is meticulously choreographed and performed by Cruise himself. McQuarrie's direction balances intensity with emotional weight, ensuring that the spectacle serves the story rather than overshadowing it. The tone of The Final Reckoning is more somber and reflective than previous installments. It explores the emotional consequences of a life spent in constant danger and deception. Luther's quiet wisdom, Benji's unwavering loyalty, and Grace's moral evolution add depth to the narrative, reminding audiences that IMF is more than a spy agency. It's a family bound by trust and sacrifice. Tom Cruise delivers one of his most powerful performances, blending vulnerability with resolve. His portrayal of Ethan Hunt feels like a full-circle moment, a man finally confronting the burden of his choices. The film's closing moments are said to be both heartbreaking and inspiring, offering a sense of closure that honors the legacy of the series. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is not just the end of a saga, it's a love letter to the art of cinema and the thrill of pushing human limits. It reaffirms what makes the Mission Impossible franchise timeless: courage, heart, and the belief that no mission is truly impossible. 10. Thunderbolts 2025. When villains become the heroes the world needs. Thunderbolts 2025 is Marvel's boldest experiment yet, a film that flips the superhero formula by spotlighting those who've lived in the shadows. Directed by Jake Schreier, it gathers the MCU's most complex characters, anti-heroes, outcasts, and former villains, and forces them to unite for a mission that could either save the world or destroy it. After Captain America: Brave New World, global trust in superheroes has collapsed. The Avengers are gone, governments fractured, and the world desperate for control. Enter Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, a manipulative strategist assembling a covert strike team under U.S. authority. Her recruits, Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, Bucky Barnes, Sebastian Stan, Red Guardian, David Harbour, Taskmaster, Olga Kurylenko, Ghost, Hannah John Kamen, and U.S. Agent Wyatt Russell, all have one thing in common: dark pasts and uncertain loyalties. The film explores the fragile alliance among them. Yelena, haunted by Natasha Romanoff's sacrifice, becomes the team's emotional anchor. Bucky struggles to bury the Winter Soldier within. Red Guardian brings pride and humor, while Ghost's instability keeps everyone on edge. Their mission to stop a rogue scientist weaponizing remnants of the blip soon spirals beyond control. Unlike the polished heroism of the Avengers, the Thunderbolts operate in moral gray zones. Their victories come with compromises, and betrayal lurks inside their ranks. Each must choose between being pawns of a corrupt system or finding a higher purpose. Visually, Thunderbolts blends gritty espionage with explosive action. The tone feels closer to the Winter Soldier, darker, grounded, and emotionally charged. The choreography is brutal, emphasizing survival over style, and the soundtrack's industrial beats mirror the team's chaos. Florence Pugh shines as Yelena, balancing humor and pain. Sebastian Stan's weary Bucky adds gravity, while Louis-Dreyfus' Valentina manipulates every move. The chemistry between them is raw, part rivalry, part reluctant trust. In the end, Thunderbolts isn't about saving the world, it's about redemption. These aren't perfect heroes, but broken people trying to make one right choice before it's too late. The film asks what heroism really means when morality becomes negotiable. With its dark humor, emotional tension, and explosive action, Thunderbolts 2025 stands as one of Marvel's most daring and human stories, proving even villains can find a spark of redemption. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 highest-grossing movies of 2025. Which of these blockbusters was your favorite? Or is there a film you think should have made the list? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends who love movies as much as you do. Your support helps keep great content coming every week. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Keep watching, keep dreaming, and see you at the movies. Movie Camera Popcorn.